Hello friends, in this video we are going to see how to subtract using r's and r minus 1's complement method, and also I'll tell you what is exactly meant by r in this. Just stay tuned. Let's begin. So why we are here to understand how to perform subtraction using r's and r minus 1's complement method. Also, let us understand why do we require an extra method? Otherwise, we can actually subtract. I mean, if someone asks me what is 15 minus 7, it is easy to answer 8. Why do we still require some alternative method? Why do we go for a complement method? Everything I'm going to explain you. Just look at this. Let us understand subtraction using r's and r minus 1's complement method. What is meant by r? First of all, r means what? R means base of the number. R means base of the number, and depending upon the base of number, you will have two methods, r's and r minus 1's method. If you don't understand, it's okay. Just pay attention what I'm trying to say. Don't forget, r means base of the number. For example, if I talk about decimal numbers, so there r equal to 10. So base of the decimal number system is 10. So if base is equal to 10, I can perform subtraction using two methods. That is r's and r minus 1's complement method. So I can use a 10's complement method and a 9's complement method to carry out subtraction of decimal numbers. For example, if I'm talking about octal numbers, okay, so this is what I was talking about, decimal numbers, and I'm talking about octal numbers. So in octal number, r equal to 8. Since r equal to 8, now it is in my capacity to perform subtraction using r's and r minus 1's complement method. So I can use 8's complement method and I can use a 7's complement method to carry out the subtraction. And on the similar basis, if I'm talking about binary number system, where the value of r is equal to 2, that is nothing but base of the system is 2. So here I have only two options, that I can use 2's complement method and 1's complement method. So I hope at least you understood the meaning of r's and r minus 1's complement method. It is related with the base of number system. So if the base of number system happens to be 2, you can use either 2's complement or 1's complement method to carry out the subtraction. Now the question remains, why do we need an alternative method to subtract? Otherwise, from the school we have understood how to subtract. But then it's not up to you. You don't have to subtract. Machines are going to subtract, meaning that you want to make this operation computerized. If you want to carry out addition, let's say, you need to have a circuit called as adder. But if you want to subtract, you need to make another circuit called as subtractor. Now my question is, what if I want to save the hardware? Meaning that for adder, I can understand I can perform addition. Now the question is, can I do some invention so that by using the same adder I can perform subtraction also, because this is going to save my cost. So by using the same adder, I want to know some innovative method so I can perform not only addition but I can perform subtraction also. And let me tell you, once you perform only addition and subtraction by using the same hardware adder, then you don't require separate hardware for multiplication and division, because at the end multiplication is nothing but repetitive additions. I repeat, multiplication is nothing but repetitive addition. What is meant by that? Let's understand. For example, if I want to multiply 2 with 3, what I'll do is I'll start with 0 and I'll add with 2. So I'm just selecting this number. I'm selecting this number and I'm making my 3 as counter. Pay attention what I'm trying to say, you will understand it. So I'm taking one number out of 2 and 3. I have selected 2 and I'm making the another number, the remaining number as counter. So what is 0 plus 2? Answer is 2. Take the answer, again add with 2. How much is the number? 4. Then take the answer, again add with 2. How much is the result? 6. Now stop. Why? Because in the counter we had value equal to 3. So we are allowed to have only 3 additions. I hope you understood that. And at the end, as you can see, it is actually result of 2 into 3. Meaning that if you want to multiply, you still require adder. Meaning that by using adder, you can still perform subtraction also. As well as you can still perform multiplications also. And let me tell you, your division is nothing but successive subtractions. I repeat, division means actually successive subtractions. How come? Let's see. For example, if you want to perform this 15 divided by 3. So as I said that if you want to divide, you don't have to have a circuit called as a divider circuit. Just use adder and even you can divide. How? First of all, division means successive subtractions, but then you can perform subtractions by using adder. How? I will definitely explain you. But before that, let us understand how the division is successive subtractions. Just pay attention. So what you do, it is 15 by 3. I know the answer is 5. So what you do is, you don't divide 15 by 3. You just perform the subtraction the way I am saying, 15 minus 3. That is numerator minus denominator. What is the result? It is 12. Then again do 12 minus 3. What is the result? Come on, 9, right? Then do 9 minus 3. What is the result? 6. What is 6 minus 3? What is the result? Come on, 3. Then do 3 minus 3. What is the result? Come on, 0. Now stop because you cannot perform any subtraction. I hope you are understanding my point. So can't you see that repetitively I am subtracting 3, but still I have not reached to my answer. Let's understand how to reach to answer. What I'm ultimately going to do over here, I'm just going to count the number of subtraction it took place. I repeat, I am going to count the number of subtractions that took place to reach 0. That is, this is the first subtraction, this is second subtraction, this is third subtraction, this is fourth subtraction, and check it out, this is the fifth subtraction. This number of subtractions, if I count, I'll get answer as 5. That is nothing but the quotient value. Can't you see that? Can't you see that? That even if you want to divide, you need to actually subtract, but subtraction can be carried out by the same circuit adder, meaning that you require only one circuit to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. The only thing is now we have to find the innovative method to carry out subtraction by using the same circuit adder. And how you do that? Let's see. So here we are actually going to subtract by using r minus 1's complement method. Of course, we have to study both the methods, but we'll take one method at a time. We will solve some bunch of problems based on the same so that you will get a confidence. Once you get the confidence, I'll move to the next method, that is r's complement method. There also we will study the steps, and once we understand the steps, we will follow them, we will implement them by solving some problems. Let's begin, guys. So subtraction using r minus 1's complement method. Check it out. What is step number 1? Step number 1 says take r minus 1's complement of b. Now you won't understand this until and unless if I just tell you I want to subtract, meaning that I have to perform one operation, that is a minus b. So what they are saying, that take r minus 1's complement of b. I hope you understand. Taking complement of number means negating the number. So originally if the number was b, then common sense, r minus 1's complement of b is nothing but minus b. So number b is changed to minus b by taking r minus 1's complement. What step number 2 says? They are saying you to add a. Check it out. Even though we have to perform subtraction, they are asking me to add. And if you want to add, you need an adder. So what you are going to add? You are going to add a with r minus 1's complement of b. Come on guys, r minus 1's complement of b is not b, it is minus b. Meaning that, can't I see my a minus b as a plus of minus b? What is minus b? Minus b is nothing but r minus 1's complement of b, and that's it. That's it. You are actually subtracting, but by using an addition, and that's the whole point. That's the whole point why I'm using some alternative method. So to avoid increasing unnecessary hardware, or to save hardware, or to save the cost. I'm sure you understand that. So whenever you are using r minus 1's complement method, these are the steps to be followed. Step number 1, take r minus 1's complement of b, so b becomes minus b. Step number 2, add a with r minus 1's complement of b, so it is as good as a plus minus of b. Then step number 3 is to check the carry. Check the carry. So there are two possibilities. The first possibility says if carry equal to 1, if carry equal to 1, end around the carry. What is meant by end around the carry? Very simple. Whatever carry has come, for example, if the carry is 1, just add it to the final result. Just add it to the final result. This is what we actually called as end around the carry. And again, you will actually understand it only when we will start with the problem. So I repeat, if the carry happens to be 1, end around the carry and the result is considered to be positive. And the result is positive. Let's see. The next possibility and the only possibility left, that is, if carry equal to 0, if carry equal to 0, they are saying that the result is negative. The result is negative, not in the true form. It's not in the true form. And to get the true form, take r minus 1's complement of the result. Okay, so by reading this step, you may not understand that. But still, just take them as if they are steps to be followed, and we will take the example and then only you will understand it. So let's begin with an example. Let's begin with an example that will give you power to understand. So the first question that I'm going to start with, perform 15 to the base 10 minus 7 to the base 10 using 9's complement method. Now what's that? Check it out. Can't you see that the base is 10? Base is 10 means what? R equal to 10. They are asking you to follow 9's complement method. Come on, R is equal to 10 and you are using a 9's complement method. Can't I say this is actually R minus 1's complement? So R minus 1's complement method is nothing but using a 9's complement method. And let me tell you, you cannot use 1's complement and 2's complement method to subtract this, because the fact that R equal to 10. So R equal to 10 gives you only two chances or two possibilities. Either you can use 10's complement method or you can use 9's complement method to carry out the subtraction. So let's see step number 1. What is step number 1? Step number 1 says take R minus 1's complement of B. If you want, I can show you the previous slide. Check it out. Step number 1 says take r minus 1's complement of b. So let's take r minus 1's complement of b. That is nothing but, in our case, it is 9's complement of b. Check it out. What is b? B is nothing but the second number. A is the first number given. So your b value is 7. B value is 7. So first of all, you have to make sure that whatever numbers are given should be of same size. I repeat, whatever numbers are given should be of same size. I'm not saying value, okay? I'm not saying value, I'm saying the size. Size meaning that here it is having 2 digits, but here it is having only 1 digit. So make sure that both the numbers are of same size. And in order to do that, simply you can treat digit 7 as 07 in order to make it 2 digit. So what I'll take b as not 7 but 07 to the base 10, whose 9's complement is needed. And how to take 9's complement? Very simple. Subtract every digit from 9. I repeat, subtract every digit from 9. So it is 99 minus 07. 99 minus 07. So what is 99 minus 07? It is 2. It is 9. So 92 to the base 10 is nothing but, it is 9's complement. It is nothing but 9's complement of what? Positive 7 to the base 10. Or in fact, I can actually take a liberty to say this is nothing but minus 7 to the base 10. Please understand, minus 7 to the base 10 is nothing but 92 to the base 10. I hope you understood that. So step number 1 is over. Step number 2 says add a with 2's complement of b. Sorry, not 2's complement, but here it is 9's complement of b. So when a is added with 9's complement of b, it is as good as added with minus b, and of course it is going to subtract only, but for that I'm going to use the adder, right? So let's see that what is a is 15. So 15 I'm going to add with what? With 9's complement of 7. 9's complement of 7 is 92. Check it out. So I'm going to add with 92. Let's see what is the result. 5 plus 2 is 7. 9 plus 1 is 10. Carry 1. Carry 1. Yes or no? Now, if you look at this, carry equal to 1. Let's go back to the previous step, because in step 3 we observed the carry. Check it out. If the carry is equal to 1, they said that end around the carry and the result is positive. End around the carry and the result is positive. Let's see. End around the carry means adding this carry to the lowermost digit of the result. So what you get? 0, 8 to the base 10. That's it. And let me tell you, this is the final result. Check it out. You can use the calculator to see 15 minus 7 is 8. Yes or no? 15 minus 7. Common sense, it is 8. Can't you see, by following this procedure, we are still getting the same answer. I hope you understood this. So what I can do is, I can actually do the exact reverse operation. Reverse operation as in, now I can perform 7 to the base 10 minus 15 to the base 10. As I said that, whenever you are subtracting, size of the number should be same. So since it is only one digit, I'll convert this into 0.7 to the base 10 minus 15 to the base 10. Please don't forget, this time this is A and this is B. Step number one, again I'm going to use a 9's complement method. Let's see what you're going to do. Step number 1, take 9's complement of B. So you have to take 9's complement of what? Of 15 to the base 10. Let us take 9's complement of B, that is 15 to the base 10. In that case, you have to subtract every digit from 9. So 99 minus 15. So 9 minus 5 is 4. 9 minus 1 is 8. That's it. 84 to the base 10 indicates it is minus 15 to the base 10, because it is nothing but 9's complement of 15. And you know that 9's complement of 15, that is positive 15, is negative 15. So 84 to the base 10 indicates minus 15 to the base 10. Since the 9's complement of B is ready, step number 2 is very simple. Add A with 9's complement of B. Let's add A. What is A? A is 0.7. Let's add with 9's complement of B, which is nothing but 84 to the base 10. So 7 plus 4 is what? It is 11. The carry is 1. 8 plus 1 is what? 9. But can't you see there is no carry? There is no final carry. I know that this is also carry, but this is not the final carry. Final carry means what? If the number 1 is 2 digit, I'm talking about this. The number 1 is 2 digit, the number 2 is 2 digit, then the answer is also 2 digit. Answer is not 3 digit. If the 3 digits are coming, the third digit is considered as carry. So there is no carry. Since there is no carry, can't I say carry equal to 0? Since carry equal to 0, it indicates the result is negative. And guys, it is common sense. Check it out, the question. If it is 7 minus 15, the result has to be negative. And it's a proof that since carry equal to 0, in our steps it was written, if the carry equal to 0, result is negative and not in the true form. What is meant by not in the true form? Come on. 15 minus 7. Suppose if I do 15 minus 7, I'm getting positive 8. If 15 minus 7 happens to be positive 8, 7 minus 15 should result into minus 8 only. Yes or no? But here you can say plus 8 as the result. But can't you see over here it is 91. It is 91 and not minus 8. What does that mean? The result is not in the true form because it is negative. Since it is negative, it is not in the true form. To get the true form, take r minus 1's complement. Here, r minus 1's complement is nothing but 9's complement. Okay. So, see, result is what? It is 91 to the base 10. It is not in true form. To get the true form, take 9's complement of this. So how do we take 9's complement of this? Very simple. 99 minus 91. 9 minus 1, 8, 9 minus 9, 0, meaning that this is positive 0.8. This is positive 0.8. If this is positive 0.8 and if again you take 9's complement, you will get 91 to the base 10. What does that mean? This indicates it is minus 8 to the base 10, meaning that actually your 91 is nothing but minus 8 to the base 10. And come on guys, this is the result that we were expecting, right? This is the result that we were expecting, that 7 minus 15 should result into minus 8 to the base 10. I hope you understood this problem, right? So to understand still, what we will do is we will take the another example where let's say you have to perform this, that is 85 to the base 10 minus 15 to the base 10 using, let's say, 10's complement method. Let's say you have to use a 10's complement method. Now here, if you observe r equal to 10 and you have to use 10's complement method, meaning that this is r's complement method only. Correct? So let us use 10's complement method. I'm sure you remember this is A, this is B. You have to take 10's complement of 15. So what is meant by 10's complement? If I say 9's complement means subtract every digit from 9. So again, what is meant by 10's complement? It is nothing but 9's complement of the number plus 1, right? So let's do the 10's complement of 15. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'll do 99 minus 15. So 9 minus 5 results in 4, 9 minus 1 results in 8. This is nothing but 9's complement. I don't want 9's complement, I want 10's complement. So my duty is to add one more digit to this. So it becomes 85 to the base 10. So let me tell you, this 85 to the base 10 is nothing but 10's complement. It is nothing but 10's complement of what? Of 15, that is positive 15 to the base 10. It clearly means that 85 to the base 10 indicates minus 15 to the base 10. This is as good as minus 15 to the base 10. So what I need to do is I have to add A with 10's complement of B. So I'm going to add A, that is 85, with 10's complement of B, which is also 85. Now this is just a coincidence. Not every time you will get the same. So what I'm going to do is 85 plus 85. Don't forget this was A and this is nothing but 10's complement of B. Correct? Let's do the addition. So what is 5 plus 5? 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry is 1. 8 plus 8, it is 16. Plus 1, it is 17. Can't you see the carry has come? The carry has come. But now let me tell you, what I am going to do is I'm going to use a r's complement method, guys. I'm going to use r's complement method. So far we have used r minus 1's complement method. So this is something else. So far the steps were same, but let's see the first of all steps of carrying out the subtraction by using r's complement method, and then we will get back to this problem. Let's see. Subtraction using r's complement method. So first step is to take r's complement of B, that we have done. Then we have added A with r's complement of B. So in our case, r was equal to 10. So we took 10's complement of B, then we added 10's complement of B with A, then we check for carry. If carry equal to 1, it clearly says discard the carry. They're saying to discard the carry. Let's do that. Let's discard the carry and the result is positive. Let's do that. Since the carry is 1, let's discard it. And whatever the result is the final result. That is 70 to the base 10. That is nothing but 70 to the base 10. Let's check out our question. Our question was perform 85 to the base 10 minus 15 to the base 10. Obviously, this results into 70 to the base 10. Can't you see that even though I use a 10's complement method, it is working. It is working, right? Now to give you a more confidence, we will solve one more problem. Okay, let's do that. So let us perform 1101 to the base 2 minus 100 to the base 2. Check it out. Again, I have to subtract, but this time, can't you see that r equal to 2, meaning that they are binary numbers. If they are binary numbers, then I have only two ways to do that. Either I can use 1's complement method or I can use 2's complement method. So let's perform it by using 1's complement method. So using 1's complement method. And I'm sure you remember, if it is 1's complement method, here r value equal to 2. It means they are asking you again go back to what? R minus 1's complement method. So how do we do that? Very simple. First of all, please don't forget, both the numbers should have the same size. Can't you see this is 4-bit? Can't you see this is 3-bit? So make 3-bit to become 4-bit. I repeat, make 3-bit to 4-bit. Please don't use a sign extension method over here. Please kindly avoid that. If they are asking you to make 3-bit to be 4-bit, just put extra 0. Just put extra 0. Don't use sign extension concept over here. I hope you understand my point. So here A is what? A is 1101 to the base 2. So I'm going to treat my B as 0100 in order to make it 4-bit. I hope you are clear with that. So step number 1 is that they are asking me to take 1's complement of B. So I'm first of all going to take 1's complement of B. So how do we take 1's complement of B? Very simple. Replace 0 with 1, 1 with 0. So ultimately it becomes 1 0 1 1. So 1 0 1 1 to the base 2 is nothing but 1's complement of B. So in a way I can say this is minus the base is 2. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add A with 1's complement of B. Let's do that. So it is 1 1 0 1 needs to get added with 1 0 1 1. Let's do this addition. What is 1 plus 1? It is 0, carry 1. 1 plus 1, 0, carry 1. 1 plus 1, 0, carry 1. Triple 1. Triple 1 means sum is 1, carry is 1. Finally, carry is 1. If you remember, don't forget, I'm using r minus 1's complement method. I'm going back to the previous slide to check what we do with the carry. What decision that we take depending upon the carry. Your carry is 1. It is clearly written, if carry equal to 1, end around the carry and consider the result to be positive. Let's do the same. Don't forget, whenever carry equal to 1, in r's complement method, we literally discard it. So here we are going to take this carry and we are going to add with the lowermost bit. That is what we called as ending around the carry. So what result you get? You get 1001 to the base 2. And consider the result is negative or positive. Of course, the result should be considered to be positive because we have just ending around the carry. Carry equal to 1 indicates the result is positive. So this is a positive result. Now how do we check whether this is correct or wrong? Let's do it very quickly. Now what is 1101 to the base 2? This is nothing but 13 to the base 10. Yes or no? What is 100 to the base 2? Come on, this is 4 to the base 10. So what I'm ultimately doing is, I'm doing this addition or subtraction, that is 13 to the base 10 minus 4 to the base 10, and how much it results into? 9 to the base 10. Can't you see you are getting 1001? 1001 is nothing but 9. So it is verified. It is verified what I have done is correct. I hope you are understanding that. So the next that we have already seen that using r's complement method, okay, again step number 1 is to take r's complement of B, add A with r's complement of B. Then in third we check for the carry. If carry happens to be 1, discard the carry. We have already solved this problem. Result is positive. But if the carry is 0, you will see that r minus 1's complement method and r's complement method have this step very common. If carry happens to be 0, it indicates the result is negative, not in the true form. To get the true form, this time they are asking you to take r's complement. There in r minus 1's complement method, we used to take r minus 1's complement of the result to get the true form. I hope it is crystal clear for you. If not, not to worry. We are here to solve the problems, okay? Let's see, solve the problem and get the confidence. That's the only one way we can do. So let's perform this, that is 15 to the base 10 minus 85 to the base 10. By the way, we have exactly solved this sum in a reverse order, that is 85 to the base 10 minus 15 to the base 10 by using 10's complement. So I'm exactly doing it reverse. So the question is 15 to the base 10 minus 85 to the base 10. perform this using tens complement method. Let's see the solution. So it is very simple. This is A, this is B. Step number 1 is to take tens complement of B. So take tens complement of B. Don't forget here R equal to 10, and they are asking you to follow tens complement method, meaning that you are taking R's complement method, right? So the first step is to take tens complement of B. You know that you don't get tens complement of B in one step. You take nines complement and then you add 1. So let's do that. So 99 minus 85. Let's do that. 9 minus 5 is 4. 9 minus 8 is 1. So ultimately this is not final answer. Let me tell you, this is 9's complement. What I want is 10's complement. So I need to add one more. So it becomes 15 to the base 10. Finally 15 to the base 10 is nothing but 10's complement of what? Of 85 to the base 10. So in a way I can say 15 to the base 10 is as good as minus 85 to the base 10. I hope you understand my point. So let's do this calculation. Before we perform this, common sense, 15 minus 85 will result into negative number. So here we will observe that when I add A with tens complement of B, I will find carry equal to 0. If you remember, if carry happens to be 1, we discard the carry, the result is positive. If carry happens to be 0, the result is negative, and answer is not in the true form. To get the true form, take tens complement of the result. Let's do that. So I'm moving to step number 2, where I'm going to add A with minus B, that is nothing but tens complement of B. So what is A, guys? A is 15 to the base 10. What is B? That is not B but minus B. What is minus B here? So it is 15 to the base 10. So 5 plus 5 it is 10, 1 plus 1 it is 2, but it is 3. Okay, but can't you see there is no carry? Since carry equal to 0, what does that indicate? It indicates result is negative. And it is not in true form. It is not in true form because we really wanted to see some negative result, but what I'm getting is 30, and obviously 15 minus 85 is not 30. Isn't it? 15 minus 85 is not 30, it is minus 70. But then what I can see is 30, but I cannot see minus 70 because the result is negative and not in true form. To actually get the true form, what you need to do, you have to take tens complement of the result. So let's take tens complement of the result. So what I do is tens complement means again 9's complement plus 1. So 99 minus 30 will give me 9's complement, which is 9. 9 minus 3, how much it is? It is 6. So 69 is 9's complement plus 1. If I do, then I'll get 70 to the base 10. Congratulations, you got 70 to the base 10, isn't it? This 70 to the base 10 is nothing but 10's complement of 70. This 70 is positive. What does that mean? They are actually tens complement of each other. If this 70 is considered to be positive, this is considered to be minus 70 to the base 10. Yes or no? So I'm sure now you have understood. Using 9's complement method, using 10's complement method, using 1's complement method, using 2's complement method, they are nothing. They are actually R's and R minus 1's complement method. Thank you so much for watching this.